going to talk today about winter yard maintenance again, getting our plants ready for the winter. Again, I'm in Wisconsin, so we maybe do things a little bit different here, but I'm going to give you a couple pro tips for taking care of your plants for the winter because we don't want those very expensive plants to die over the winter because then you have to replace them and it's more work. Nobody wants more work. So I have the advantage of a new construction home. My house is 4 years old. Yeah, about 4 years old. And we had the landscaping put in about 2 years ago. So I have this lovely little map from my landscaper that they did. They drew this up. Now, if you don't have one of these, make one. Like, draw around your house, label all of your plants, and keep this. This stays on my garage fridge, so I always know where it is. And Eric, the landscaper, came through, and he told me what every single plant is and when it needs to be cut down. How much to cut it down when. So for us, in the area I live, November 1st to April 1st is what he told me for all of my trimming. And like my trees after the leaves fall. So I have that all labeled on here. Best tip I can give you is to make yourself one of these maps and point it out. Yes, my writing is ridiculous. It's crazy. I'm a little over the top. I don't want to kill plants. I don't do yard work. I didn't do yard work. I have to now. Some of our plants here. I did not cut down my grasses for the winter. I want a little bit of winter coverage, and those are ones that can be really cut down in the winter or the spring. It doesn't really matter. I also have some daylilies. Those I cut down to the ground. It also gave me a really good chance to cut away or to tear out some of the weeds that were growing in with the plants. So I could grab a hold of those a little bit easier and get rid of them. Over here, I have a tiny wine bark. Tiny wine 9 bark. There we go. Tiny wine 9 bark. I didn't know what that was until recently. I cut off the really long ends of that. I had a lot of cat's mint that got cut down to the ground. Those were huge. So I actually had my dad come over and he lifted up the plants, and I went in with a giant like tree cutter basically and got in there to get those cut off because those took up this whole area. So those are cut back. My hostas I cut down. There's some disagreement over if you should cut your hostas down or not, but I did. And then my hydrangeas I cut down as well. I have a few other things that I cut down or cut back a little bit. Definitely I gotta look and see what it's called here. Oh, my corabelles, I cut the flowers off of those. I have some weigelias that I cut those off a little bit too. So a few different things. Depending on the type of plant, how much you need to cut it for your winter. I didn't touch my boxwoods at all. Those I will sort of shape in the springtime. And then these 9 barks I'm going to shape in the springtime also. So there you have it. Those are my tips for taking care of your lawn in the winter. Get yourself a map. Put it in a place where you're never going to lose it. Really, I need to laminate this and make copies of it in case I do lose it because that's going to be my life. But get yourself the map so you have it every year. You can do your lawn maintenance, get it hauled off to the compost, and then you don't have to worry about it. Your lawn is ready for the winter. You are ready to go. Keeping my grasses so I still have a little bit of coverage. My maple tree back here might give that a little bit of a trim, cut off some of the lower branches because after all the leaves fall is the perfect time to do that. These are all things I didn't know even a few months ago, but I'm learning. That's what I know.